Alright, so we're back here in the Ponderosa at Toro's Carvings. This morning I'm going to be working on the 7.3 Powerstroke. I bought this truck from a place down in Porterville, Sunset Auto, which, they have a big old sign out there that says you buy it as is. But I had a lot of problems. I still have a lot of problems with my truck, and I'm, slowly, gradually repairing it because I love my truck. And today I'm going to be installing a water coolant reservoir. Mine has a major crack in it, and basically I don't want to have problems going down the road, so I'm going to replace that. And I wanted to show you guys today. Let's see, we're going to come over here and fire up the truck. Having my coffee in the morning, my big ass truck. Now I got to work on this one. The wife's mad at me because four-wheel drive stopped working, and it's my next project. It's fixing the four-wheel drive on this one. But let's open up the 7.3 and get her fired up and warmed up for the morning. It's probably a bad idea if you're going to change out the reservoir, but I'm not going to let her warm up enough to be too hot. All right, get my cup of coffee here. Gotta have your coffee in the morning. Oh, all right. Let's see how she does this morning. So I was watching a guy from Powerstroke. Does a lot of Powerstroke videos, and he's telling me, or telling everybody that on these trucks here, you gotta do the switch twice. Let them get really hot when they've been sitting like that and getting really cold. So did it twice. Here we go. Wow. It got really cold. Let's try that again. I did that twice and that wasn't enough. It's kind of scary because the last couple days she's been firing up. Wow, what is that about? That has never happened. Well, not after I fixed it. I thought she was fine. They did mention there's some filters in the tank, some small ones that you might have to replace if you've never replaced them. Wow. What the hell's going on? Okay, now that's just weird. That's the first time in the morning for me. I don't know why she's doing that. Must have got really cold last night. It's almost like I ain't got no fuel. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do to this damn 7.3. Oh, she's a cold one. I started her up yesterday. She shouldn't be having this much problems this morning. I'll just redo those glow plugs. You see, I got icicles on the window. It's all frozen. I can imagine if I got any moisture in the tank. Holy shit. Well, that was a real big surprise. I didn't think this was going to happen. You know, they say under certain temperatures, yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the fuel tank and make sure that I don't got bad filters in there. Wow, this is taking a minute. Never had this problem. Brand new batteries. Replace the glow plugs, replace the... Wow. You know, with all the moisture we have up here, I wouldn't be surprised if I have moisture in the tank and damn moisture froze up and it's causing it to have problems to send that fuel to the front. But you know, I know they got this purge valve underneath there that keeps the fuel from going back. So unless... Wow. Alright, let's let these plugs warm up again. This is insane. Going for about 6 seconds, 6 minutes. Wow. So we're gonna have to fix that problem too. I can't. Yeah, I can't be having this in the morning. You can see my conditions are snowy and icy cold. So we got to fix that. I can't always have it plugged in. I think it burns up my oil when I have it plugged in. Usually you could hear the damn block heater. Was that? I don't know if you guys remember, I was mentioning about a vibrating noise that comes on and then my truck fires up. Just heard it again right now, so I might have a bad pump. She almost stood on right there. Wow. You know, I wanted to mention, when you buy vehicles from used car lots, you got to really go through them. Those people don't give a shit about, you know, about the people that are buying and what they're getting, if they're getting a good quality vehicle. You know, this one had so many freaking problems. Oh, we might have it there. She's stuttering. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, like I said, you guys, check out your vehicles first. You know, go through the undercarriage, go through the motor oil, go through the antifreeze, go through all that stuff, because, you know, indications of water in your motor oil or oil in your antifreeze, you know, those are bad signs. And you know,
I really didn't pay attention to this. When I found out it was a 7.3, I was all excited, so I rushed into it thinking that, oh man, I'm gonna get myself a nice truck here. And shocks are falling off, transmission mounts were broken, and transmission was, each time I tried taking off, my transmission was hitting the bottom of my undercarriage on the cab here, and it was ridiculous. You know, I had so much money into it, and I'm still making payments on this truck. I'm not finished, and it's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to go through that much problems. You know, this truck had 169,000 miles on it, and yeah, I understand a lot of the parts, so they really beat the hell out of this truck. I had oil, I had water in my differentials, my transfer case was overfilled. I mean, so many damn problems. It wasn't funny, but little by little I'm fixing it. You know, the truck's worth fixing, and by the time I get done paying it off, you know, I'll have myself a new truck after all the repairs I made on it, and shouldn't have any of these problems. But I'll be going through every sensor, replacing sensors. I'll be doing this myself. You know, some of those parts are really expensive, and if you could do it yourself, then you'd probably save yourself lots of money that way. But yeah, just make sure when you buy a used vehicle from a car lot, you really go through there and check things out. I had broken leaf springs. I still have a broken leaf spring I got to replace, and you know, Wilson's gave me a price on it, and it's pretty spendy price, about $1,300 to get it all done. Put two new leaf springs in the front, excuse me. I think I'm gonna go ahead and attempt that job myself and just replace them, because it cost me $600 for the leaf springs, and they're called the soft ride leaf springs. So I'll be doing that myself and replacing the shocks here. And you know, I still drive it. Wife don't want me using my shit, using her shit, and we got a couple tree guys out there looking at some trees. Yeah, you don't want to have to go through this many problems. You know, make sure you check out the mileage, check out things, and you know, after 186,000 miles, I believe, you know, little parts start going out, alternators, water pumps, and stuff like that. So you got that to look forward to when you have these vehicles that get so many miles put on them. You know, the motors might be good, like mine could go up to 1,000,000 miles on the 7.3 diesel, but if you don't take care of them, you ain't gonna have that. You ain't gonna have that at all. And so you got to make sure you take care of your stuff and maintain them. And you know, people that had vehicles would do that all the time, maintain their vehicles. They wouldn't have so many problems. But you know, I can't afford a brand new one, so I buy them used, and then I got to deal with all the problems they have. All right, let me get this baby warmed up, and then we'll get to taking her apart and fixing that water coolant. All right, so we got her all nice and warmed up. We're getting ready here to do the cooling reservoir, and I wanted to show you guys the tools we're going to be using. All right, let's get to that real quick. All right, so this is the cooling reservoir here. It looks like it's only 3 bolts and 2 hoses. So we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna use one of these channel locks, needle nose, and it's a 3 millimeter socket with some extensions on it. And basically, this is where we're gonna be taking it apart at. Show you guys. So I got 2 bolts right there, and then I got one right here. So we got to remove this little deal here. That's, you know, little tools that they have for taking off, replacing flat tires. And then we got a hose way down below here that we got to take the clamp off of, and then another smaller one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart, and this is the reason why I'm replacing it. I got a huge crack right here, and I don't want to have some problems with that later, blowing out and going down the road, and then I'm really screwed if I don't have any coolant for this diesel. So let's get to that. Let's take it apart. All right. So I'm pretty pissed off. I took this reservoir off, and I'm not kidding. This, for these temperatures up here, you have to have antifreeze in your motor coolant. It can't be water. I had a ton of water just come out of this thing, and that could be the reason why I had a hard time starting this morning, that my shit's all frozen inside. There's these little freeze caps on the block that could blow out because of it and could ruin what I have going on. Luckily, I bought antifreeze to replace this, but I'm gonna have to have it all flushed out and make sure that all that water is gone and my coolant is good. But I wanted to show you guys, I got it out. I was pretty pissed off. It looks like some really bad water. Like, basically they've been running water in this thing for a while now, which explains why my truck probably acts up in the morning. Blocks freezing and stuff, and that's pretty damn scary. You don't want that. You could ruin your motor if you don't have antifreeze in there, and you got these temperatures that drop down below zero. It could really tear some shit up. God, I'm just so upset with this car lot that I bought it from, and you know, I was looking at other vehicles and thinking, recommending them. No, I don't think so. This is not good. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so here we go. So basically, it's been removed. Like I said, it was those two bolts. But I had a ton of water just come out of this thing, and I am so pissed. I had to use a sled, my son's sled, to catch it all because I had no other form of catching. But look at that. That don't look like antifreeze to me. That's like a ton of water inside that shit. Man, that just pisses me off. Well, here's the old one. And basically, because it had that crack in it, I was afraid of future problems. So I just had it replaced, and now I'm gonna put the new one in, which is gonna be fairly easy. Because basically, it's just a couple of bolts and a hose there, and it goes right back right there. Look how pretty that looks. Much nicer than that old ugly one. They really screwed up by putting water in this thing, man. I'm glad I caught it now instead of when it got worse. But all right, let me get to this. I'm gonna drain some of it out and fill it up with those two bottles, and then hopefully I can go and do some more later. All right, you guys, back to work. So I wanted to show you guys. What do you think? You guys think this is antifreeze coming out of this thing? I am really upset with Sunset Auto. Look at that fluid coming out of there. Just water. Dirty ass water. Man, I could have just lost my motor. You know what happens? The water freezes inside the block, and when the water freezes, it expands, stretching anything out as possible, cracking things and breaking things because of the ice, of the water freezing. This is ridiculous. So I have to drain my whole system. I got to run into town, put this on hold. I'm not gonna waste my antifreeze that I'm putting into it, and I'm just gonna go get a few more bottles because I didn't think I had to do that. I got to get a few more bottles and replace it. All right, sorry about me being so upset, but damn. You guys really got to watch out when you buy these used cars. These guys just don't give a shit. Alright, so I'm back. Went into town, got the antifreeze. I'm getting ready to put it in. Just wanted to show you guys again how I put this part in for the Reservoir. It was really easy. You know, like I said, Sunset Auto, man, if you guys buy anything from them, just make sure you look really good at what they got, and don't end up like me where I got ahead of myself and ended up getting a big project, you know. Let's check it out. All right. I got the boys out here playing right now. All right, so there it is. There's the Reservoir. Everything's all put back together. I had to use the channel locks. Channel locks were going to be easier for getting a hold of things, and then it was that 8mm with an extension. But all right, we got it all put back together, and now I'm just gonna start filling her up with antifreeze. I got it drained as well, so let's hope that I don't find more problems. All right. There's the family out playing today. Nice day to go out playing. So I put about 4.5 of these antifreeze gallons or quarts or whatever they are, but it's not seeming to take more than that. So I'm letting it run. Hopefully it runs through the system and give it a minute and see if it empties out. So I replaced the antifreeze and I'm about at 4.5 right now, and it's not taking anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and run my truck a little bit around, see if I could get it to circulate and get all that air out of the lines, and hopefully get to the point, because it said about 6.5. I got grease all over me from working on my truck, but yeah, I'm gonna run it a little bit and see what happens. All right, so I only went through 4.5 gallons of antifreeze. I'm gonna keep an eye on it because the parts store said it was supposed to take about 6.5. So I'm gonna be watching it here, but it didn't take anything so far. Everything's good. I just got stuck right in front of the Ponderosa Lodge, which was funny. The owner Dave asked to see what I had on my 4-wheel drive, so I tried it, bottomed out, and got stuck. But if you ain't getting stuck, you ain't having fun, right? All right, so check it out. So the coolant level has been at that level for a while. I've been running it for quite a bit, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. You don't want to be low on coolant. This big old beast needs a lot to cool it down. Yep. There it is on the 7.3 repairs. You guys that are trying to replace the water coolant reservoir, you got about 3 bolts and 2 hoses to remove. And other than that, she's doing great. Little by little, she'll be back to normal. All right, see you guys next time.